Hi chess lovers, welcome back, I'm Lisa. Capablanca was a talented positional player, and this is how I feel when watching his games. His games seem to be boring and make people fall asleep, because he played really solid and kept the position as simple as possible, so that you can't see many tactics in his games. And sometimes you even don't understand his intentions. But this is how he made his opponents confused and impatient during his games. In fact, the most outstanding ability of Capablanca is taking his opponents into endgames in his favor and amplifying even the smallest advantages with remarkable techniques. The game I'm going to show you perfectly demonstrates Capablanca's skills in endgames. This game was played by Capablanca against Nimzowitsch. Nimzowitsch, I remember, was the guy who declared that Capablanca was not qualified for whatever tournament. But then he was crushed by Capablanca in many games. And here as white, Nimzowitsch played f3. Now there's a hard choice for Capablanca, whether he should trade a knight. And now you can also pause the video and think about first question, if you are black, whether you should trade a knight or retreat the knight to d6. So in the real game, Capablanca traded a knight without hesitation. So it might surprise you because you know the theory that the endgame with bishop of opposite colors is really hard to win, and also the pawns are equal. But the thing is that white has really terrible pawn structure on the queen side. Capablanca was confident, and he was sure that black is going to win this game. So Capablanca played rook a d8, a really natural move, controlling this d file. And here you can notice that this bishop is a little awkward because it is not able to move to anywhere. And here, Nimzowitsch played g4. Actually, this is not a very good move because it makes this f3 pawn a very serious weakness. So instead of g4, white should play c4, preventing the bishop from playing b5. And white is still playable. So after g4, black should think of a plan of how can he develop this position. Capablanca played bishop b5 in the real game, attacking this rook. Rook b1, bishop a6. This is a really nice move because you know the bishop is moving from c6 to a6, allowing black to play c5 in next move. So white plays rook b d1, protecting this rook and disallowing black to play c5. And here, Capablanca made another wise trade. He played rook e2, trading this rook. Actually, Capablanca was not afraid of trading pieces in such endgames because the more pieces he trades, the more close he is to winning position. So if white does not trade the rook, but instead plays some random moves such as a4, black can just also play some random move, for example, rook d6, just waiting for white to develop. For example, white plays another random move, h3, black can just play b6, still waiting for white. And you can find that white does not have any very good move to play. In the real game, Nimzowitsch took the rook. So bishop takes, rook e1, bishop f3, rook f1. And now Nimzowitsch thought that he might be able to survive because if black takes this pawn, white can just simply take with this pawn, and then king e7, rook h6. This is a really equal position. But Capablanca already calculated this far, and he has a really good move. And now we can pause the video for a moment and think about how black should play. So Capablanca played c5, capturing this bishop. If you take a pawn, black will just take this pawn. So black has a great advantage in the king side and probably is winning for black. So in the real game, white takes this f6 pawn. And Capablanca played rook d1, trading this rook, another wise trade. So white played bishop e5 and take the rook, king takes, bishop g4. Now black is a pawn up and white has really terrible pawn structure. So finally, Capablanca won this game easily. Capablanca felt really good after winning this game and commented that it was one of the finest endgames he ever played. Capablanca was also skilled at frightening his opponents and creating weaknesses in seemingly equal positions. This position is also fairly equal at the first sight, except for this pawn might be a problem for black. As white, Capablanca played queen a4. Actually, this is not the best move according to the engine, but Capablanca really frightened his opponent. Capablanca's opponent thought that Capablanca was going to play bishop a6 in the next move, trading this bishop and further weaken this c6 pawn. But actually, this is not a problem. So black should play knight f6 to move the knight to a better square. And actually here, white cannot play bishop a6 because black has b5, and now black is winning. But obviously, Capablanca's opponent did not calculate this variation. He was so afraid of this bishop a6 that he played a really terrible move, that is a6. Now this b6 pawn became a really serious weakness. Here Capablanca played a really wise move, that is bishop f5, intending to trade this knight and further attacking this b6 pawn. So g6, bishop takes, queen d3, attacking this b6 pawn. Black plays b5. Now the weakness of b6 pawn no longer exists, but it creates a more serious weakness, that is the c5 square. And also, this c6 pawn is also really, dangerous. Plus, this bishop here becomes really terrible because it has been blocked by its own pawn. Capablanca played knight e5, attacking this queen, and queen d6. Actually, it's better for black to play queen e7 here, protecting this bishop. And the white's plan is to move the knight this way, and move it to c5. Still, white is much better. So in the real game, queen d6, and Capablanca played a really excellent move, that is knight a4. Now black cannot take this knight because white is going to take this bishop, and black will lose this c6 pawn. So black played rook a e8. And then knight c5, bishop c8, knight takes a6. Another excellent move. And now white is a pawn up, and black resigned within a few moves. Wow! Another really excellent game of Capablanca. What we should learn from Capablanca, I think, is his patience and his careful observation of nuance in his games. If you like the video, you are welcome to subscribe on our channel. See you next time.